Hi everyone, let's talk about TNA's episode from January 8th, which I thought the show was okay for what it was. I enjoyed it still, but it was okay for what it was. It could have been way better. But anyways, I enjoyed it anyways, even though it was okay. But anyways, guys, this was the last episode on AMS TV. So yes, guys, this was the last episode on a also again on AXS TV, guys, on AXS TV. This was the last episode on there. But yes, guys, let's talk about it. So they kicked things off with the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Hardys. 1 week ago, the Righteous crossed the line when they involved the family of the Hardys, Matt and Jeff, in their since mind games, and the Hardys laid out the challenge for a fight right now, but the Righteous turned them down. Instead, they will face off at Genesis for the TNA World Tag Team titles on the line. I can't wait for that match. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be emotional match. I'm telling you guys, an emotional match in my opinion. Then Just Miller interviews Steve Macklin, who's the marrying to reclaim the TNA International Championship from Lorenzo Stacks tonight, and Eric Young reminds Steve Macklin that the clean list is coming. Then we had Dana Luna facing Harley Hinson. This match was, it could have been way better, but let's talk about it anyways. So, after setting her sights on the TNA Knockouts World Champion Leslie Lee last week, Dana Luna looks to continue her path on distraction against Harley Hinson, and Dana Luna kicks out at one following a bulldog from Harley Hinson, and then Dana Luna quickly regains control and puts Harley Hinson away with the Luna landing, and Dana Luna picks up the win with the Luna landing, and that's how she won. And then after the match, Dana Luna takes out Harley Hinson's tag team partner, Miller Gray, and Leah Lee. I'll say it again. Lee Ying Lee, Saya Lee comes to her aid, but Dana Luna puts her to sleep, and Saya Brookside is out next, but she's too feel the wrath of Moom's Day and Dana Luna, and then that's what happened right there, guys. And then Ryan Nemeth sits to flirt with Jakira Jackson, Marissa Tomei. She makes him pay with another super kick, which funny comedy stuff right there and all that. Then Order 4 is unable to locate Special Agent Zero, and it appears that he's been taken out by Elijah. Then the the Inspiration brand makes a surprising choice for Mr. Elegance. Then we had Order 4 is in the ring to address Mustafa Ali's upcoming match with Elijah at Genesis, and Mustafa Ali pursues that the TNA Wrestling bans all things to do with Elijah, including concerts, guitar, um, cowboy boots, and cowboy hats, which that was funny with the part with, Jenna Steele's holding, she was wearing a cowboy's hat, and then she throw the hat, then she throw the hat away. And then all that stuff, guys. And then Mustafa Ali betrays the fans for their support of Elijah, and who arrives on horseback, and Elijah chased Order 4 out of the impact zone, and that's what happened right there, guys. Then we had Steve Macklin facing, you know, Lorenzo Stacks and stuff, guys, which this was a good match, guys. I liked it, but, ended in disqualification. So, yes, guys. So let's talk about it anyway. So, really, Lorenzo Stacks still has the TNA International Championship. Let's talk about it, guys. So Steve Macklin is since to bring the International Championship back to TNA Wrestling as he challenged the TNA Stacks, and the TNA Outlaws were since a distraction at ringside, allowing Lorenzo Stacks to gain control, and Lorenzo Stacks drop kicks also again. Lorenzo Stacks drop kicks Steve Macklin to the outside, where he insults by the NXT Outlaws, and the refs check Tyree Inui trying to get involved once again and ejects him from ringside, and Steve Macklin takes out the ring of the NXT Outlaws while Ariana Grace watches on, and Grace attacks Steve Macklin to cause the disqualification, and that's what happened right there, guys. And then after the match, Steve Macklin is stormed by the NXT Outlaws. Also, again, the NXT Outlaws. Then we had the TNA injury report, and Saya Lee, Lee Yang Lee, and Saya Brookside and Harley Hudson and Murray Ray are under offensively about being attacked by Dana Luna earlier in the night. Then the System and Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander and the Hardys are all cleared ahead of their 8-man tag match tonight. And then Santino Marella is cleared after being betrayed by his daughter Ariana Grace. Then Mike Bailey is battling a right arm injury, but is cleared to challenge Frankie Kazarian for the TNA World Championship on the premiere on AMC. Then Steve Macklin is under a cinch after being attacked by the NXT Outlaws just a moment ago. Then the Hardys fences the Righteous for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. Then Xia Lee fences Dana Luna for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. Then AJ Francis fences Rick Swann has been official for Genesis. Then we had a trio, not a trios match, an 8-man tag. I'll say it again. We had an 8-man tag here, guys, with the System fences Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander and the Hardys. Let's talk about it. This match was fun, guys. This was the match, the main event match, but this wasn't the end of the show, but this was the main event of the match of the show, though. Before JDC retires from in-ring competition at Genesis, he will fight along with his System ally one final time as they battle TNA X Division champion Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander and the TNA World Tag Team champions the Hardys and Belly are flying as everyone tries for the sky for a sense offense, and the System cuts off the ring and wears Leon Slater down, and Leon Slater fights back with a handspring back elbow to Myers and tags in Jeff, and Myers counters with the truce affix to regain control, and Moose hits Alexander with Go to Hell as the match breaks down, and the Hardys team up with Slater for a double cinch twist, and Alexander rolls up Moose to score the victory for his team, and that's how Cedric Alexander and the TNA X Division champion Leon Slater and the TNA World Tag Team champions the Hardys, Jeff and Matt, defeated the System, Moose and JDC and Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers with Alicia Edwards, guys. Then we had the contract signing with Mike Santana and Frankie Kazarian. This was beautiful, guys. Let's talk about it. So the Director of Authority, Santino Marella, presents over the TNA World Champion contract signing between Frankie Kazarian and Mike Santana ahead of their match next week on the premiere of Thursday Night Impact on AMC. And Santino Marella announces that the winner will defend the title just 2 nights later at Genesis, and both champions and challengers are since victory when they are interrupted by Call Your Shot Gauntlet winner Nick Nemeth, and Nick takes credit for the buzz surrounding in TNA and teases that he might call his shot on the AMC premiere, guys. And that's what happened on the show and stuff, guys. And then there was some good parts, and then they took the shot at AEW. Mike Santana took the shot at them, in saying that him and Frankie Kazarian didn't have much to give and stuff, saying that company didn't care about them and stuff like that, and so on and so forth and all that. And then Frankie Kazarian said he's going to be the longest champion, and that his addiction is the TNA World Championship and stuff and all that, which was good and stuff and all that jazz. And that's what happened with that statement. But I didn't like the AEW shot, but it was okay because it's a part of the show, you know what I'm saying? And they wanted to take a shot at AEW, so. But anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. And I gave this TNA show a 6.5 out of 10. It was an okay show. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10, even though I enjoyed it still. And yes, guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells as always, guys, and all of that, guys. And this is CJD 2006. Peace out and take care, and much love.